What's up, y'all? It's your girl Slay here. We're back with another video. We're going to give you some tips and tricks behind the scenes on camera. My first tip at any shoot is to make sure you get your warm-up shots. This is where you go ahead and break the ice, get out all those jitters. I'm just giving some really basic posing as we let the music flow, as we let our body relax. And once we feel relaxed and ready to go, that's when I like to call it slay time. So we're going to start by giving some posing. I want to give a little bit more avant-garde for this shoot, so we're doing some posing a little more less pretty, more ugly. And so I wanted to start right with this Fat Joe lean back. I really like how this looks on curvy bodies. I also want to get on the floor and get some intricate posing done. Now this first one I didn't like it, how it looked. You want to bend at the joints there. And I say that because I have a curvy bottom. It's not going to give straight lines, you know. So you want to make sure you bend at the joints, give some angles where you can. Another, if you're going to be sitting on the floor like this, you want to make sure your cross bent leg is in front of the downward limb. I know it sounds weird, but I know this is a better example seeing it visually. And then of course, that's how I want to break out of the norm and give some more angles. So I just flipped over. We're just doing some acrobatics and making sure those toes are in Barbie position. And we're just going to go ahead and hold that pose, give some variations in the face. I went ahead and flipped over, and same thing, we're gonna make sure we keep giving angles and bent edges. So this shot was completely by accident, but it turned out to be one of my favorite poses. And as we continued on the ground, you wanna make sure that you watch your back hand placement. You don't want to disappear behind your body. So if you're gonna have your hand using it as your support, make sure it is in the lens of the camera. And if ever you have like a brain fart, you're on camera, you're on set, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to pose to do next, always just give variations. You can give variations of the same pose, and you will notice a big difference in just turning left, right, up, down with your head or your arms and your limbs, how it differently looks, and it might be the one, you just still never know. This pose here, I believe, was the photographer's favorite. Again, I thought it looked really, really classy and elegant. I believe I ended up putting it on my website as one of the marketing, because I just thought it really embodied like how I work on set with styling and the pose coaching. But I went ahead and continued, and we're just gonna keep giving variations. I use the hand on the stomach trick when I feel like I'm poking my stomach out too much. I'll like literally forcefully push it back in. That's another pose you can do if you have trouble with your posture. So after we're done posing by ourselves, I felt like it was time to get some props going. So I started on the box, and I'm going to show you what not to do. Okay, so remember again to watch your hand placements. And let me show you why this pose didn't work. If you notice where the photographer is standing, I'm standing straight ahead of him, so the feet are flat to the camera. So it was giving like whale on the beach, and it didn't work out. So instead, again, remember where your photographer is and your angles. And so that's why I end up flipping over so that you can see the triangular edges there with my feet. I did end up leaning my head over the edge. And if I really want to make this superb, I probably should have given more angles with my face towards him, but I end up blocking it with my arm and elbow there, but it's okay. And then I had an idea with this ladder he had in his studio, and I wanted to give like an editorial King Kong, you know, like King Kong when he's like on the towers. And I was like, ooh, this would be a great idea. It's probably not the best idea in 4.5-inch heels, but I was like, we're gonna do it, okay? So I started posing here, and this is where I saw my life flash before my eyes, because the ladder started wobbling and shaking as I got here. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna get these poses, and then I'll make it down, because what I don't need to start before is breaking the ankle. So we went ahead and used the chair. Now for the chair, y'all know, I don't know what it is about these like cookout domino chairs, but they just do it for me on set. Like, I don't know what it is. So I'm like, we're gonna sit in this chair, all types of wrong. And this was another one of my favorite poses where I'm like lopsided. And this was a winning shot for me here, because I was like, this is the badassery that I was looking for. And so I'm just gonna go ahead, and I love how your legs look draped in like that 90-degree angle on both sides. If you're ever on set with me when you have a chair, I'm going to try to push that out of you, because it just looks so good on everybody. And so I finally decided to sit in a chair like I had some sense, but not all the way. We're gonna sit and we're gonna give more angles. And again, if you look, I'm giving 90-degree angles with my legs and my arms. We're gonna get that leg up, honey, okay? No matter what. And so we're gonna go ahead and keep getting variations of this pose. Always wanna give the photographer too many good shots to choose from rather than a ton of bad ones. So we're just working this chair, okay, honey? And eventually we finished. This was about a 2-hour session, but when I tell you there was like at least 50 good shots to choose from, it was so hard to get down to just the final 3, 4. But we ended up doing it and it came out really, really great. And if you're on Instagram, make sure you look him up, Paper Chris. I'll go ahead and link his information in the description box. But we are all done. We are looking good, looking great. Makeup by me. And these are all the final shots. So make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and we'll be back for next time.